Welcome to the Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation Form training. This awareness training has been developed by the TVDSB Organizational Support Services, Human Resource Services, Health and Safety for delivery to all staff to provide instruction for completing the new incident reporting form. This form replaces the Park Lane Accident Incident Database that will no longer be available in July 2021. This training will provide instructions to navigate eBase to complete the Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation form, understand how to and the importance of describing the incident, and how to report medical treatment after completing the form. Promptly report your incident to your administrator or supervisor. This form does not act as immediate notification. The Occupational Health and Safety Act outlines the responsibilities of the employer to keep a record of all circumstances respecting an accident, as it is described by the injured worker. The new Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation form allows the employee to enter the nature and exact location of their injuries and provide a description of the circumstances involving the incident. This form also allows the employee to enter information about a near miss or hazardous situation that may have caused an injury to them. These reports can be used to track and trend incident frequency and offers the employer the opportunity to review corrective action to help prevent the incident from occurring again. The Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation form is divided into 3 parts or stages. The first stage is completed by the employee after they are involved in an incident. The types of incidents to report will be described in this presentation. The form is a legal document and its fields cannot and will not be changed after it has been submitted. The next stage is the investigation form. It is completed by your administrator or supervisor. If support is required, Health and Safety is available to act as a resource. This investigation form will be shared with the employee that submitted the incident. Finally, Abilities and Wellness will complete a form if healthcare or lost time is selected by the administrator or supervisor. If healthcare or lost time occurs after the form has been submitted, please notify Abilities and Wellness as soon as possible. There are Workplace Safety Insurance Board (WSIB) forms that need to be completed within legislated timeframes. Let's watch a short video about navigating eBase.
Access eBase by going to tvdsb.ebasefm.com through your web browser and log in using your board credentials. Once logged in, you will be taken to the eBase homepage. Make sure to review the unread messages in this area of the software, as notifications can be configured to be sent via eBase message or email notification. Navigate to the Form Logic module to the left-hand side of the page. You will be taken to the My Status page, where a summary of all forms you have submitted will appear. By default, all completed and canceled forms will not appear in this list. Utilize the filters on the left side of the page under Status and click Apply to view any completed and canceled forms. To submit a report, click Submit New Form to the right of the page. A new window will appear for you to select the workflow and the facility where the incident occurred. Complete the questions and follow the prompts to submit your form. The form is dynamic. Depending on what answers you provide, new questions will appear. To submit the form, click Submit at the bottom of the page. You can also save draft if you would like to come back and finish completing the form at a different time. Once the form has been submitted, it will move to the next stage to be completed by the appropriate leadership. Depending on your selection, you may be asked to select the supervisor to send the incident report to. You will receive an email notification once all stages of the form have been completed. Thank you for your time.
Let's review how to navigate to the Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation form in eBase, which is found in the Form Logic module. First, ensure you are logged in correctly. Some staff are instructed to use generic logins to complete their work. When opening eBase, it remembers your last login and opens the home page. To verify your login, click on the person icon at the top right corner of the screen. The name in bold indicates the account that is opened. If your name is not displayed, select Log Out, then log in with board credentials. Next, use the menu on the left side of the screen to open the Form Logic module. Place a cursor over the icons to open the menu or use the 3 horizontal lines at the top left corner to expand the menu and see a list of all of the modules you can access. Select Form Logic. Once the Form Logic module opens, select Submit New Form and Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation Form. In the Facility drop-down menu, select the site where the incident happened, and the form will expand for completion. The first question is if you report to an administrator or to a supervisor, manager, or senior administrator. This ensures the form is forwarded to the correct people upon submission. If your direct supervisor is an administrator, the form will be submitted to the administrators at the facility where the incident happened. If you report to a supervisor, manager, or a senior administrator, you will be required to select who you would like the form to be sent to before submitting the document. The Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation form will ask if the incident involved workplace violence. Please review the definition of violence in the information box on the incident reporting form to see if it meets the criteria to be considered a violent incident for these reporting purposes. These incidents may include the exercise of force by a person against another worker in the workplace that causes or could cause physical injury to the worker, an attempt to exercise physical force against a worker in a workplace that could cause physical injury to a worker, or a statement or behavior that is reasonable for a worker to interpret as a threat to exercise physical force against a worker in the workplace that could cause physical injury to a worker. If one or more of these criteria apply, please indicate yes to answer was this a result of violence aggression. Note, this does not replace Safe Schools reporting forms, which may also be required. The next drop-down option will ask you to classify the incident type. Incidents that were hazardous, even if no injury was sustained, may have resulted in a serious incident had the circumstances been slightly different and may require investigation and corrective actions. First aid injuries are those that may have required minor treatment, for example, applying ice or a Band-Aid or resting the area. Select healthcare if you intend to visit a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, for diagnostic treatment. You may select lost time if you will not be at work for your next regularly scheduled shift. Select the primary type of incident that applied to the situation. There may be times when more than one will apply. Use the information boxes that appear when each type is selected to see examples of situations that fit each type. Once the incident type is selected, additional drop-down options may appear. Please continue to complete them. Checkboxes are provided to create standardization for tracking and trending and to provide context for the incident. These are not meant to replace the text for describing the incident details. There is an open text field that allows you to enter in specific information about your incident. This information is important. It explains the details of the incident and may help with prevention, WSIB submissions, etc. For example, if the description is, "I fell while coming into the building," and no further information is provided, the person reviewing the report will not know what caused the fall or understand the events that led up to the incident. Consider answering the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the incident details to help convey what happened while completing the open text fields. To protect privacy, do not use personal information or initials of staff or students. Use Teacher 1, Principal, Student 1, Student 2, etc. if you need to describe other people that may have been involved. Remember, this is a legal document. It cannot be changed after submission. There is also a checkbox to provide a suggested corrective action. As the employee, you may have a suggestion for how to prevent this incident from reoccurring. The form will be forwarded to the administrator supervisor for further follow-up and additional investigation if required to evaluate appropriate corrective actions. There is an option to upload a photo, document, etc. Please refrain from having people in the photos, uploading private or sensitive information such as doctor notes, safety plans of any type, etc. This may be used if there was a trip hazard, such as a pothole or loose floor tile or damaged piece of equipment. It could help someone understand better what happened and may assist with correcting the concern. Lastly is the verification and submission portion. The form is not processed until Submit has been selected. Remember the first drop-down at the beginning? If you selected I report to an administrator, The form will automatically be forwarded to all of the administrators, principal, and vice principals at your school for review in the next stage when Submit is pressed. If you selected I report to a supervisor, manager, or to a senior administrator at the beginning of the form, a final box will open that will allow you to select the person you need to submit the form to. Type their name in the box to find their name in the list. Make the selection and hit Submit. After hitting Submit, if the required fields were left blank, an error will appear and fields that need to be completed will appear with red text instructions below them. Please return to the form to complete all necessary fields. This concludes the Employee Incident Reporting and Investigation Form video. Please remember to confirm receipt of this training in your employee portal.